Welcome to TMZ Live. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce may already be married.
As we speak, they could be husband and wife. There is actual evidence as to why Harvey would make such an outrageous comment. Because I know everyone at home is going like, what the hell is he talking about? Here's what we're talking about.
We got the goods.
Yes, so there has been some activity at Taylor's Rhode Island home, at her mansion, seaside mansion there. And what we found out is last weekend, there was supposed to be a wedding celebration not far from her home.
In Rhode Island at a place called the Ocean Club, which is a fancy schmancy country club. Look at that. It's expansive. It can hold a lot of guests.
Ocean House.
Ocean House, excuse me. And we found out, and we had been talking about this actually a couple of months ago because we heard about this place, that they might be holding the wedding celebration there. And we have now confirmed that they had actually not only planned it, they hired a company that did fireworks displays. And guess what happened a month ago?
Well, news got out that they were planning to do something at Ocean House, and Taylor, as she is wont to do, pivoted on a dime and said, that's it, pulling up stakes. We are not doing it at Ocean House.
Now, the date is significant here because the date they were going to do this at Ocean House was June 13th. 13th. Very important in Taylor Swift's world.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's, where all Swifties know that 13 is, that's her number.
So the thing is that, we've now told you that they're going to hold this big party at Madison Square Garden. We don't think the wedding is going to be there, and I don't think the wedding was going to be at Ocean House either, that was going to be the party, and the wedding was going to be somewhere else. Now, here's the deal. If they were going to hold the party on June 13th, typically the actual wedding happens before the party. And if the party was scheduled for June 13th and they only canceled the party a month ago, did they already have the wedding because June 13th has already passed?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because there is activity going on right now at the house in Rhode Island. So we were told that all the lights came on at this Rhode Island house just last night. We have photos of Taylor's best friend, Abigail Anderson, standing at the house. She's there with her child. She has like a 2-year-old child that she's there with. There's also a photo on the balcony where you see 4 women. 3 of them in black, 1 of them in white.
She's blonde.
Yes, so maybe this could be like a bachelorette thing. You're right, Harvey, it could also be they're already married. We know Travis is currently in LA right now because he was hanging out with his bros last night as well at the Bird Streets Club with Drewski. His best friend was there. So it seems like they're doing like dueling friend get-togethers.
But the question is, if they plan, no, look, the Madison Square Garden party is scheduled for July 3rd.
Right. And so,
but it doesn't look like it's a wedding.
No, that's not going to be the wedding.
Does not look like it's a wedding.
It could be the
So then
party.
the question is, when is the wedding going to be, or was the wedding already held?
The options are the wedding happened before June 13th.
Right.
They had a secret wedding, small, I'm sure. Or maybe they're going to do something this weekend or next weekend before the July 3rd date.
That's the only choice. But they canceled it, what?
Exactly, about a month ago. That's what's
And
so
if they canceled it a
interesting.
month ago, they must have, if they really were going to do it then, they would have had to plan a wedding, even if it's a small wedding.
Exactly.
And so, did they go through with that?
That's a fantastic question. We don't know. We spoke to one of the biggest
I thought it was a fantastic
pyro.
question, too.
It's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
And one worth asking. We talked to one of the biggest pyrotechnic companies in Rhode Island that said that they were ready to rock and roll for the June 13th date. And then they heard about a month ago that it was being changed to move to New York.
So it's one thing, look.
They had heard New York, but they hadn't heard the Garden, which is something we found out just a couple of weeks
And
ago.
look,
Yeah.
It makes sense that they would cancel too, because if you remember, like everyone knew this hotel, Ocean House, as like the place that she possibly was going to get married at. So word got out there. Taylor likes privacy, so does Travis. So it makes sense that they would cancel and pull out because everyone knows that they're going to get married there, and then they do a quick switch to MSG.
Yeah.
What's the chat saying?
Well, chat is saying that they probably just wanted some privacy and then are having now this big celebration afterward at MSG.
So when did they get married?
Are they married?
Well, chat was saying that they're kind of like playing off of this, like they're doing the Zendaya Tom Holland trope where it's like, you know, getting married in private and have been married in private for a while.
That's an interesting point, that you know that Taylor is one to like sort of, there could be decoys,
Well,
right?
Bezos
There
and
could be
Lauren
decoys.
Sanchez were married before the big to-do.
But that was because they were doing it out of the country.
True,
So you
but
have-
just
and
as
they
an
had
example.
more.
They had to.
Also,
I just think it's possible, just because Travis was here in LA last night with his friends.
Oh, they could already be man and wife.
Here's
Well,
By
I'm
the way,
saying he
New
could
York.
be getting on a jet
Oh.
with his friends and going to Rhode Island, and I don't know what's happening at Taylor's house this weekend.
Here's the best case
the
for
wedding
them
is this weekend.
having already gotten married. Here's the best case. That if they were going to have this party on June 13th and it was being held as recently as mid-May until they canceled, and they were going to have the wedding before that,
Why not just go through with it?
well, there's a reason you would go through with it, because
Exactly.
even if it's small, there are going to be people all over the country that are going to have to get hotels or places to stay or plane tickets or, you know,
Depending on how big it is, they could just be flying everybody there.
they could, but people have to deal
Yeah,
with their
right,
lives.
right.
And you can't just say, it's this weekend. No, it's this weekend. No, it's this weekend. I think the wedding, you know, that has to be pre-planned. And if she had all of these plans in place, although there's one thing against this.
What?
That
I just
she
thought-
does.
No, there's something I just thought about.
What?
The owner of the Chiefs was still getting fitted for his tux.
Yeah.
Although it was
For
a
the
black tie
party
affair
at
at Madison
MSG.
Square Garden.
It's black tie event
That's right.
dress code at MSG, so that's what that's for. However, you know
Yeah,
what?
he might
Remember,
not be at the small.
marriage licenses and marriage certificates usually are public record.
No,
but
you
in
can
Not
New
all
York,
states.
You can do
Not all
confidential
but
marriages.
in New York, yeah, this could be a sealed thing. So they could have gone to New York.
They could have
got
gotten married in
hitched with them.
California. California is you can get a confidential
It just
marriage
seems like
license.
something that they would want
Okay,
to. A small,
we're
intimate
out of
thing.
time. Let's do a vote. Let's do a vote. Starting with you, are they already married?
No.
Married.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Not yet.
No.
Oh, 3 no's, 2 yeses.
Hi, I'm Caroline. I'm coming from you from Washington, D.C. I just don't think they're married yet, but I do think if they do, the actual wedding is definitely going to happen in Rhode Island. There is no way they're having an actual wedding at MSG. That just doesn't make sense to me. That's kind of like going to a really nice restaurant and ordering a hot dog instead of like the lobster. I don't know, just doesn't add up.
I kind of get the metaphor. Kinda.
It was very New Englandy. I like it. What a celebration. What a joyous celebation.
It was.
In New York City
Yeah,
today.
look at that.
Millions.
How many people do they know?
Millions. What's the latest number? They were expecting up to 4 million. I don't think it was that many, but it's got to be over a
Yeah,
million.
I don't know,
just from
Charles.
the
They
shots
told
I've seen.
people, they said it's full, so if you're not here, then stay home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They said don't come
Wow,
down
look
anymore
at that.
because it was at capacity. Obviously, the players, the Knicks, you see Jalen Brunson there. They were on floats going down there, but never mind. The fans got a lot of love too. The famous fans, and obviously non-famous. That's why they're having the parade. But Timothy Chalamet was kind of like a warm-up act, warming up the crowd on a bus that went down before most of the players came down. He was on with some of the former Knicks, and they even gave him the mic at one point. So he was like, shouting out to the crowd, getting everybody ready for the main event. And I gotta say, it was beautiful to see New York City come together like that, but they screwed it up.
Well,
They found a way to screw up just one thing. No, a pretty big thing.
It's a big thing.
So as we've been talking, you guys have heard ad nauseum, I'm sure, that this is the first time in 53 years that the Knicks have won the championship. But in the interim, they had a player who is widely recognized as, if not the greatest Knick, he's in the top 3.
The guy in Dallas, Ewing.
That's one way to look at it. Wow. Yes, Patrick Ewing, number 33. They've retired his number. Everyone in New York knows when you see 33, that's Patrick Ewing. So let's show them what City Hall looks like.
This is the centerpiece of the
City
parade.
Hall, 33. Who the hell is Jones? That was a major screw up.
How did they get
How did it happen,
Jones?
Mike? Because
Yeah. So
Jones is a player on the team.
Dylan
current
Jones.
player.
He is number 1, not number 33.
He wears the number
He wears
one.
number right. Not he right. The truth is he doesn't play. He's only played in a handful of games this year. Here's the thing. So the Knicks quickly corrected this, but the Knicks website we have now since learned also listed him as number 30.
Knicks?
Yeah. I blamed ESPN earlier because their website also said 33. There you see.
But how would the Knicks do that?
website had it wrong,
How?
Harvey. I saw it with my own eyes, and then when this controversy blew up this morning, they quickly changed it and corrected it.
So somebody at City Hall looked at the Knicks website.
Yeah, so it's not their fault.
But
They're
how would the
vindicated.
Knicks do that?
How does that happen? Like Charles said, it's the most famous player that the Knicks have ever had. And
That's
everyone knows he wears
crazy.
33. Crazy.
I had no idea until you just said that.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was ESPN.
Right, so did I. But there's ways to go back and see what a
But
website
wait a minute,
looked
there's
like.
some reason
it's just-
that ESPN and the Knicks would do that. There's something more to this story.
Well, he wore 33
He
on
did wear
another
the
with the
team.
number
Wizards.
on a
Right,
different
but
exactly.
that's not the same thing.
No, exactly.
But ESPN and the Knicks, no.
Right.
Saying,
It's not that- right.
and that stayed there as the backdrop. That's where the parade ended at City Hall.
Yeah.
Alicia Keys came
What did
out.
they do? Did they take it down?
No, it stayed up
Right.
the whole
Thankfully,
time.
It was off to the right, so you couldn't
Yeah.
see it in the main shot when Alicia Keys was performing and the players were speaking, but it was up there.
Yeah. And Mayor Mamdani got to, talk about the right time to get elected mayor of New York City.
No kidding.
So that you could bask in the glory of the
He
Knicks.
has had a glow up with this. He
and
really has.
Here's what he had to say to the crowd.
Over these past weeks, as the Knicks kept winning, our city has come together as one. Neighbors invited neighbors over. Strangers high-fived one another in the street. Subway conductors sang their announcements and bus drivers danced behind the wheel. So often when this city comes together, it is because we are forced to, by a moment of tragedy or adversity. What a gift it is to be brought together by pure, unfiltered joy. One last time, New York, say it with me. Knicks in.
5.
Nixon! Nixon!
Here's the thing. Nixon is also a problematic.
Nixon.
I know.
Nixon.
But when you say Nixon, it's an issue.
He wasn't going Nixon.
I know.
Nixon 5 times.
Nixon's the one.
Hi, Amaya J from Los Angeles here. And I'm not a Knicks fan, but my dad is. And if he could be in New York today, he most definitely would be. I think it's so interesting that they were able to, weird that they were able to bring it to light, the mess up with the 33 today. But, it happens. I am very happy for the city of in New York because it's been 53 years. That's a long time to stay loyal to any team. This is truly a testament of what hard work can get you. And yeah, I'm just glad to see that they're having a great time.
Yes.
God,
Yes, indeed. What?
I just did the math. I was like 21 when this.
Yeah, I was 3.
Real quick.
Whatever.
The Knicks got this little white guy on the team. He got off a float to try and go shake some of the fans' hands.
Tyler Kolek.
Tyler Kolek.
The backup guard.
The police thought he was a fan that snuck through the
Oh,
barrier.
that's
and they grabbed him.
hysterical. Are you kidding?
It's too funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Everybody can't be a starter.
Coming up.
Elon Musk is tearing us apart. America, that is, because there is a lot of debate about his new trillionaire status. TMZ DC caught up with a couple of senators who weighed in on the Elon Musk fortunes, and they say, look, you gotta choose. Do you like capitalism or not?
Be right back.
Elon Musk is tearing us apart. America, that is, because there is a lot of debate about his new trillionaire status, the world's first trillionaire.
People
and
are
in DC,
upset because they're saying this is where we need to start talking about how much money should people
That there
have,
should
and do
be
we
a
want
limit.
to cut them off at a point?
Yeah.
By the way,
I don't know how you would actually
not a new
do
thing.
that,
They
but yes.
talked about this when people became millionaires, when people became billionaires, and now we're talking trillionaires.
Right. So just think this is just the normal course. every time we reach a new stat.
But there is debate in Congress
Yeah.
over how much is too much.
TMZ DC caught up with a couple of senators who weighed in on the Elon Musk fortunes, Senator Thom Tillis and Senator Cynthia Lummis. And they say, look, you got to choose. Do you like capitalism or not?
Can you be a capitalist and also against trillionaires?
No.
No. How come?
Because I don't gauge how much anybody can make or how much success they can have. That's
But what if you have
uncapitalistic.
But what if you have like more money than countries?
Doesn't matter. Who am I to judge who has too much money?
So there should
That's
be
for communists and socialists.
But so there's no limit. Like you could have $1 quintillion, but won't that have like a lot of influence?
First off, it's a hypothetical.
Yes.
We're only talking about the first person, and his worth is only as good as the long-term value of his company.
I think the answer is no. Elon Musk's money was raised because the harder he worked, the smarter he was, the luckier he got.
Do you think there's any amount of money that's too much for one person to have?
I think that is not for society to determine. I think that's for the individual to determine.
Let's bring Jacob in. Jacob, I am curious why you decided to ask that question.
Well, listen, I mean, it's a hot button issue that Elon Musk became a trillionaire. And I think everyone, when you talk about taxes, gets so sensitive and they say, oh, you want to raise taxes on people. You're a socialist. But like $1 trillion is such an unprecedented amount. And according to these senators, there's no limit. I even said quintillion, and they had no issue with that, which frankly, I just find unbelievable.
Why?
I mean,
Why? I mean, isn't the principle the same? Like the amount of money doesn't matter.
It's you're a capitalist or you're not. I mean,
guys, at what point are we going to say, hey, this is too much money for one person now? Because frankly, it can it can affect elections.
But what do you do?
What's the line?
Do you then say,
that's the problem.
Once you reach a certain amount, what happens to the excess? And why would anybody keep working if they're never going to see the fruits of their labor?
That's fine.
Why? But why?
I mean, if they want to stop working,
No, I don't want Elon Musk to stop with rocketry.
Right.
I want Elon Musk to create Neuralink. I want that.
Right.
He can solve epilepsy, paralysis, and if you say to Elon, that's your limit.
Well, the chat the chat that right now is talking about this, and they're saying that they don't actually care as much about him having $1 trillion, but more so that if that much power and money goes unchecked, then it can lead to corruption.
Well, yeah, but less than that can lead to corruption.
Yes, and does.
Yeah. And does
every single day. So we're already over that threshold.
Listen, maybe this does sound a bit socialist, but I just don't think it makes sense that one person can have $1 trillion, but the federal minimum wage is $7.25.
Okay, well Jacob, that's good.
No sense to me.
So if the federal wage is $7.25, then what do you think about a millionaire, which is so outlandishly more than that? Would you stop them too?
No, because $1 million is significantly less than $1 trillion.
It's like prunes.
It is significantly less. That is
like
true.
Prunes. What's too many and what's not enough?
$1 trillion is too many.
What about 5 billion?
Hold on. It only sounds like it's too much because you'd never seen one before.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, before last week, Jacob, before last week, wouldn't you say that you were saying the same thing about billionaires?
Not all billionaires. Again, we can just
some billionaires.
It's all about finding some sort of compromise and saying, okay, well, we're not going to go with billions, but maybe when you get to a trillionaire, I mean, weren't there more taxes imposed?
They were like trillionaires.
But
they were like trillionaires,
right? If you adjust, they're probably billionaires, but.
They were like trillionaires.
Well, Jacob, what are you going to do with the money? Who gets the excess money once you reach a limit?
I'll take it.
How about our public schools? How about people who don't have health care right now? How about people who need access to abortion? I don't know. There are a million different things.
But what you're talking about now is taxing.
He asked, how would I redistribute the wealth? And I said, I would give it to the people.
Okay.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Okay, that's noble.
He built an incredible company on the backs of thousands of people.
Okay, dude.
And by the way, those people, a lot of them became multimillionaires.
They did. That's really noble. So let me ask you something. Elon Musk has this thing called Neuralink, which could solve all sorts of enormous health problems that Americans have. If you take away his incentive to keep going and developing that, who loses? The American people lose.
I have a question. I have a question, though.
People
How much
with
is that
paralysis
Neuralink? How much is
lose.
that Neuralink going to cost me, though? I agree with you that you want to develop the technology, but how much is it going to cost
Well,
me
hopefully it'll be-
as a normal American who doesn't have $1 billion or $1 trillion? How much is it going to cost me to get that Neuralink?
If 60% of the people with paralysis can get served,
If they can.
If they can afford it and get it done, 60% of those people are going to have transformative lives.
That's right. The afford it is the big.
I
the big
understand
question.
that.
Coming up.
Janice Dickinson has had a facelift, and she is joining us now with the man who pulled it off.
You know, I saw Kris Jenner's facelift, and I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want like cheek lips. Look at that cheek, the cheeks. They look like gerbils.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
Donnell Rawlings took TMZ DC on a city tour.
You know what the irony of this is? A black man takes a white person to the White House.
It's TMZ.
So when you're the world's first supermodel,
yes,
you might feel a little pressure with that title, right? That everything's got to be just right at all times. Although Janice Dickinson has really, as far as there was never any need to get anything, looking changed, getting any refreshers. But then she had a very bad accident. You may remember these photos that Janice had a fall when she was on a reality show, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Right.
Really bad fall, and that was awful. I guess, I don't know if it was inspired because of that accident.
But it's like, if you're going to go get that fixed, why not get more?
Exactly. So yes, Janice has had a facelift, and she is joining us now with the man who pulled it off, Dr. Harrison Lee and Janice Dickinson. Welcome to TMZ Live.
Thank you so much.
We are we are so happy. I got to say that this feels like a totally different world right now. That people used to hide facelifts and plastic surgery, and now it is celebrated and ballyhooed and put on Instagram.
Isn't that better, the after?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at.
Well, yeah.
You look great.
Hold on. Don't look. You just fell for the trap. Janice, you looked beautiful before. There was absolutely nothing wrong. But if you feel better now, then that's great. And yes.
I feel better. He shaved 15 years off my life. People don't really notice it though. I do social media. I'm doing movies. I'm doing runway. I'm back to modeling again. I mean, there's so much going on in my life that I needed a fresher Janice. I remember when I just had the procedure done, my lip was a little Sylvester Stallone kind of, and someone mentioned it on my social media. Something wrong with your face? I said, I just went to the dentist. This is why I have to come on TMZ and reveal my facelift to the world. Thank you very much, fans. And introduce Dr. Harrison Lee, because I really looked around for like a lot of doctors in Southern California. And, I saw Kris Jenner's facelift, and I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want like cheek lips. Look at that cheek, the cheeks. They look like gerbils.
Whoa! I did not know
Sly
there was.
Stallone caught a stray.
No.
And
But wait a minute. I think this is really interesting. So I always thought it was kind of one size fits all. That there's just a certain way of doing it. So what you choose and who you choose to do it makes that kind of a significant difference. I hadn't heard that there was that kind of divide.
Well, one procedure is not going to do it. And you have to tailor the procedures according to what the patient presents with. You can't just do a cookie cutter facelift or surgery for any one person.
Okay, so look, so I want to. So Janice opened the door, so I just got to ask you this, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if you would have done Kris Jenner's facelift, would you have done it the same way?
Probably not.
But explain.
What part of it would you have done differently?
The surgeon who performed the surgery for Kris Jenner used a different technique, and my technique differs from his. That's all I can say.
Proprietary process. Can't give away all the trade secrets.
Fascinating. That is fascinating.
Until you're paying.
No, that is fascinating. So how has it changed your life just in terms of the way you feel about yourself?
Honestly, I used to drive my car, get to the red light and just go like this. I pull my face back because I just hold it there like. I don't do that anymore. I don't have to. I have nothing to lift. Photographs are much better. There's practically no retouching to do. And my husband loves it. He said, "My God, it's like I have a younger woman."
I don't know if that's a great sign, but okay.
It's a thing. By the way, I know what you're talking about. I sometimes open the visor mirror and I think, oh, no. I get it.
I know, right? But every woman does that. And every woman, like I saw that actress, what's her name? She was in American Pie, Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
I saw her at the dentist's office and she said to me, "You look really good. Do you know anyone that can refresh me?" And I said, yeah, refresh you. That's a good way of putting it.
Yes.
Yeah. I said, yeah. I gave her Dr. Lee's number. She goes, "Thank you so much." She is the real deal.
That's a good imitation, and
it was very good.
Wow. I bet she didn't want you to say that.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe don't say the name, but now you've said it.
Okay, guys.
Both of you could use a little
Okay, we don't need to hear
Whoa,
this.
whoa, whoa.
Okay, we know, I know, whatever.
You know, under eyes.
I thought we could get
just a little.
Okay, we got it, Janice.
How much for crow's feet, Doc?
Well, just get Botox.
All right, it's a cheaper option.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Janice, you look great. You really do. You look great.
I love TMZ so much. When do I get to do the next bus ride?
Oh, you name it. We loved having you. We loved having you on the bus.
Anytime you want.
Loved having you on the bus.
TMZ's bus ride is the most fun experience you will have, period. I had a blast.
Oh, you were so good. We're going to do it again. Promise.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you very
much.
Coming up.
Michelle Obama gave a speech which, in my lifetime, and that's been a long time, is one of the best speeches I have ever
instant
heard
classic,
in my life.
You were like close to tears.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. The Barack Obama Presidential Library
Presidential Center.
Presidential Center is opening tomorrow on the south side of Chicago. They had a ceremony there today for invited guests. And I got to tell you, Michelle Obama, both Michelle and Barack Obama spoke, obviously. She gave a speech which, in my lifetime, and that's been a long time, is one of the best speeches I have ever heard in my life. Oh, it was remarkable.
I will say, so as it was going on here in the office, I was in the middle of doing something with the live chat, and so I didn't see the speech. You were like close to tears.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And it really kind of harkened back to a time where people really had hope in their veins. And I don't know that we have that now. But man, she struck chords that were amazing. But the thing that that drove Barack Obama to tears was the way she described him. And it was so moving, and you could just feel the depth of that relationship. This is just a little bit of what she said.
8 years in the crucible, and not once did you melt from the heat. Not once did you let it harden you. Instead, You used it to reveal your truest essence, your stubborn optimism and unflinching courage, your dazzling brilliance and unpretentious decency, your ferocious work ethic, and absolutely unshakable moral fiber. How absurd it is to even imagine that you might have buckled under the pressure even once, lashed out in frustration, lost your temper. How absurd it is to imagine that you might have done anything but make our family and this entire country proud.
He was wiping tears away. I got to tell you something. She never mentioned Donald Trump's name, but boy, did she take shots at Donald Trump. It was not hard to read between the lines.
Where she just sort of made references to how things
Well,
are now.
and at one point she says, and you won a Nobel Prize. I know. Yeah, it was something.
I mean, just like you, Harvey, the chat is loving her speech. They said that with a speech like that, they could totally see Michelle Obama even running for president herself.
Well, that's what she's not going to do it, but that's what people have always said since he left office. They wanted
her badly. She does not like politics.
She is not going to do it. I will say that people who were there, a friend of mine is there at the ceremony, and apparently you can order a copy of the speech that immediately she ordered.
Oh, is that right?
When it was, as soon as the speech was over, she got online and ordered her copy of Michelle's speech.
I mean, they said it makes sense that the Obamas always have so much charm and charisma, and that it's hard to say anything negative about them right now, especially after those speeches.
Yeah, she was absolutely incredible. It was one of those speeches that is enduring.
Yeah, Tatiana Arrington, Atlanta, Georgia. I completely agree with you all. The speech was so beautiful, and it's such a reminder of this special moment in history to witness an entire presidential center, a museum dedicated to the first Black president, is just such a reminder of not being just a tourist attraction, but a time capsule in history. It's a reminder of Black excellence, of greatness, and honestly, us realizing we did not know how good we had it.
Well, we are doing the show as Barack Obama is speaking, so we didn't hear him. But man, to top her is going to be a...
Well, we heard someone in the booth told us that one of the things he said was Michelle intentionally did not let him see her speech because he knew that, and she knew that he would fall apart crying during the speech.
And he did.
She was right.
And he did.
Angelina Jolie looking for a fight. Well, the words she used were her fighting spirit is back. I'm not sure. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's looking to fight someone, although...
I don't know that fighting spirit left. Because she's been fighting. She's been fighting
Pitt
Brad
would say
Pitt.
it's never left.
The legal documents we've seen show it hasn't left.
Yes, that it hasn't left. But she says that she is ready to get back out into the world. She did an interview with Variety and talked about how after the divorce, she did feel sort of beat down and that fighting spirit was missing. But she says her kids have really been the driving force who have encouraged her to get out there. She says, my kids are almost all 18. So now they want to see me traveling the world. They want me to get out and do things. They know me more than anybody, and they still like me, which says a lot.
They still like me.
They still like me is sort of the intonation of that.
And what we know is that they don't like Brad, with one exception. They don't like Brad, and they have taken his name out of their names. And
that he largely does not have any relationship with most of them.
Because the kids don't want it. And, the people on Brad's side say that Angelina has poisoned the kids against him. But this is a case where there may be a divorce on paper, but there's not a divorce here.
Right. And there may never be.
Coming up.
As the saying goes, you can't go back. And Sean Rifle, who was on Love Island briefly, he was the first one voted off this season, cannot go back. And actually, it sounds like he does not want to go back to being a police officer in Pennsylvania.
Be right back.
As the saying goes, you can't go back. And Sean Rifle, who was on Love Island briefly. He was the first one voted off this season. Cannot go back, and actually it sounds like he does not want to go back to being a police officer in Pennsylvania. We told you that he had resigned from being a police officer in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and we had the mayor on, and the mayor said, well, you know...
The mayor was a little bent out of shape because they spent money and time training him, and then all of a sudden he bails to go into a reality show.
And so is the police chief, according to the mayor.
Right.
We never spoke to the chief, but that's what the mayor said. So Sean saw the words of the mayor and reacted to them. There's one thing that he's taking umbrage with that, to be fair, the mayor didn't exactly say it that way, but we'll explain.
When I got my phone, I said, oh, goodness, I was like, oh, wow. I was very surprised because he knew prior to, and it was under mutual understanding, and I also didn't resign. And so, you know, I have nothing bad to say about him. Like, anytime I talk to him, he's very personable, social person, like, seemed very kind. I did not appreciate the second comment of the second time he went public and said, if I want to come crawling back. I just felt like that word dehumanized me in a way, and I didn't appreciate that. So now it's the status I'm at with my job is like, I love being a police officer. I very much enjoyed my career as a police officer. I just kind of am honestly in therapy trying to sift through it.
I don't get what he said.
Yeah,
I mean, does he want back? Does he not want back?
Right. If you loved it so much, why did you leave? And how did you leave?
And when he says I didn't resign, that makes no sense.
How did you leave without resigning?
Not too much on Sean.
No. Listen, I know you thought he's fine and all that.
There's things called a leave of absence. So he may have taken a leave of absence.
Well, but if he took a leave of absence, he could get his job back.
Well, that's why he's saying, he's like, I'm confused because we had a talk.
Well, then why isn't he saying, I love being a police officer, so I'm going to get my job back?
Because he was also a police officer for 6 years before he joined this force. He said that, you know what, after all of this...
The mayor said he resigned.
The mayor also...
What?
Well,
and also, can I just say, the crawling back thing, that is a phrase.
Yeah,
that's rude.
It's a phrase.
Hold on. To be fair to the mayor, he never used the words crawling back. I think Sean just read our headline, which is a paraphrase of what the mayor said. So that one's on us.
Well, but it's a phrase.
But also, it is a phrase.
It's a mean phrase
and
to
also,
say
read more than the headline, Sean.
Well, also, we should just put out for Sean, he's going to go into nursing, and he'll probably get some good...
He's going to go into nursing now?
Enough.
Well, that's good. That's
if he can
great.
pass the test,
until another reality show comes along, and then maybe he'll...
I love being a police officer. I didn't resign, but now I'm in therapy, and I'm going to be a nurse.
Yep.
I get it.
Yep.
Standard path.
Hi, my name's Tatiana from Tampa, and I think Sean's response was pretty mature, given the mayor's original statement. But as a Love Island connoisseur, I do wish he would have stayed on the show just a little bit longer. I think his police officer background would have made for good TV, especially because we saw handcuffs the last episode.
And let me guess, was he shirtless at the time?
This was in the hideaway. Somebody else was shirtless, but if Sean was there, he could have told them, how to use that stuff a little bit better.
Got it.
Coming up.
Well, now we found out how Dr. Dre got his new girlfriend. Michelle from the Valley.
Very organic. It wasn't even a setup. We just happened to meet and we clicked.
Be right back.
Sunday, June 21st, Marilyn Monroe's death is one of Hollywood's biggest mysteries.
Evidence was destroyed. She may not even have died at home.
Now, investigators step inside a virtual recreation of her room.
How did she OD on 50 pills if there's no water glass?
Be transported to the crime scene like never before. What's uncovered will shock you.
I have so many questions.
There is evidence Marilyn Monroe was murdered.
Celebrity crime scene Marilyn Monroe, Sunday, June 21st on Fox.
Well, now we found out how Dr. Dre got his new girlfriend. Michelle from the Valley. We showed you some photos a few weeks ago of them clearly holding hands. We knew, clearly they're a couple. They're dating. This was outside Nobu.
Dre's got game.
Yes, he does. It's good to be the doctor. But Michelle went on Watch What Happens Live and explained that this was not a setup and just sort of happened. I know you probably hate this word, organically.
No, I don't actually.
Oh, okay. Well, here's her explanation.
We saw the pictures of y'all, I think, at Nobu, Malibu. So is it still going on?
He's a wonderful man, and we are spending a lot of time together.
That's great. Yeah. How'd you meet?
We met through a mutual friend, very organic. It wasn't even a setup. We just happened to meet and we clicked. I love people who are very positive and have good energy, and that's what he is.
Has he met Jesse?
No.
Does he watch the show?
No.
Has he met your daughter?
No.
Okay. All right. But this has been going on for I feel like this has been going on for a couple months, no?
He's a great man. What can I say?
You know, can I say something?
Answer.
I've spent a little time with Dre, and there are some people, not a lot, but some people, they're just ageless. And it almost doesn't matter how old they are because he's such a big
how much
presence.
younger is Michelle?
There are quite a few. I think she's like in her late
30s?
30s, yeah.
And he's what's in his
60s?
I
think he's 60, yeah.
And so, but he doesn't read that way.
No, definitely does not.
And he's so.
And he asked there's one question he missed. He asked was that Michelle's daughter he was asking about?
Yeah, about the daughter and whether he had ever met her.
The bigger question is whether
he'd be on the show.
She has met Dre's kids because
yeah.
some of them are
her age, probably.
Probably approaching her age.
Yeah. But what I think is interesting here is
older,
going back to the organically meeting. It is true because they met through. So Michelle's friend works at Dre's label, so she probably got taken to a label party or something.
Like a work event, yeah.
So it does actually feel natural.
Or they met at Whole Foods in the produce department.
Yeah.
They would have met organically.
Hi, I'm Demetrius Latham. I'm from Indiana. I'm gonna be honest. I disagree. Okay, that age gap is concerning. She was what?
But Dre is so accomplished and active. You can get a 30-year-old who's a slug and just does nothing versus Dre, who is active, successful, vibrant. What's the problem?
I think, for me personally, I don't think their relationship is organic in the sense of them actually liking each other. I think it's something else. I think she might be in for something else. And also, not to mention,
what's that something else?
No, we know.
Mm-hmm.
We know where you're going.
Coming up.
It's happening. The Beatles movies are now in production.
I'm excited.
Sam Mendes directing, the 4 biopics about each of the Beatles. And I gotta say, they look pretty good.
They really do.
Be right back.
It's happening. The Beatles movies are now in production.
I'm excited.
Sam Mendes directing, the 4 biopics about each of the Beatles. They have begun production. They're shooting in Spain right now. And I gotta say, they look pretty good.
They really do. They really do look like the Beatles. They each one of them. Can I tell you what's like really interesting to me? Is that it's Rashomon. That's the concept of different
Japanese
people seeing the
director,
same
actually,
thing
but
from different vantage points. I'm interested to see how each of the Beatles views the relationship because it's not going to be all the same.
It's not going to be the same. That's the reason that Sam Mendes is doing 4
Paul
different
is
movies.
different from John, and they're different from Ringo and different
They
from
went
George.
through the same thing, but they all had different experiences, and that's why he's doing 4 movies.
I think it's going to be fascinating.
You know they're all coming out at the same time?
At the same time, I know.
It's going to be a long weekend in the theater.
10 hours. In the theater? It's not on streaming?
It's going into theaters first.
Can that thing go back so that you can sleep on it? No? We'll see you tomorrow.